So, ever wonder why some people you see out in the open are having relationships that they really shouldn't? So, for example, a really old man with a really young woman, or even news about rape, or someone older, like for example, a priest that is blessed at a church to speak in God's word, to spread God's words, and to treat children well. And these are the stories that I'm wondering why it occurs on the news. For example, priests meeting boys at church, things like that. So are these realities real, or do they see someone else? So if they see someone else, is it really someone else inside of those people, or is it fraudulent? Are these stories real, or is it fake? Is it the real realities, or is it the fake realities? So I'm wondering, when it refers to sex, it doesn't seem real, but yet people do get prosecuted. For example, rape, for example, sex with a minor, things like that. So, and animal abuse, for example. So these are the things I want to talk about. Um, so my reality is I have always been mating men that I do not want to mate, and I question that if it's real or not. Because why is it that somehow I feel that I'm being controlled to mate men I don't want to. So not only that, the feelings don't feel completely real. So when referring to sex, why is it that the pretty women or the hot, handsome men always get the ugly ones? Why is that? Is it a real person? Is it a fake person? Or is it to traumatize every person? Like, just how exactly does an old guy, like a father figure, mate someone like a daughter or son age? So when referring to these kind of topics, is it to provide mental abuse to life? So it is really something that does look that way. And it is really something that it's looking as that the reality of faggots and lesbians and things like that, is it force or is it real people? Were people present in those times, and was it the real reality, or is it a fake 2D, 1D, 3D reality? And when referring to 4D reality, it does seem more real. It does seem that the person is very present in the present time and moment. But why does it not last? So, for example, the story in the prior stories about John and Jane meeting in 2000 and I want to say it was 2018. And this is when both people looked and felt very present. But why is it that images were flashed of him mating someone else and myself dying? So, is it that he was still not correctly and rightfully mine? So, when referring to sex, it is very odd that it obviously looks like no one's having real sex here. And to get real sex, you might need to be in the real world, first of all, and you might have to act according to the ways that they expect you to act, and you might have to meet the love of your life. And if you don't, then maybe you'll just stay in a fake world and maybe you live dangerously like the rest of the people have to, in my world at least, because it is very dangerous where I live, and people are generally not appearing hot, handsome, or good looking at all. So the nice ones are generally the most ugliest, and the horrible ones are actually the most horrible ones. So when referring to this, it is definitely true that my reality might be similar to some others that have seen the most hot and handsome to be the most horrible people, and for the most ugly and poor people to be the most nicest people that I would actually meet. And along with that is the conversations with the ugly ones seem to be better compared to the extremely hot, cute, or handsome ones that don't really have good conversation. So is it just an image over? Is it a voice over? Is it a mouth movement over? Or is it just a fake person walking around and someone has like some sort of ThinkPad in someone's brain and tells someone that a person is there? For example, while using a dildo, someone could be laying there putting a dildo in while you see a picture of a person. So, I mean, does it always feel like it's a penis and or a vagina to a man and a woman while having sex? Does it? Because the strange part of this is one of my friends have said they would prefer having sex with an ice cube compared to a woman. So this might be really strange to a lot of people that the reality seems messed up. Because to me, it's like I'd rather have some sort of different sex compared to real sex as well. So this might be going on to a lot of people, and some people might be forced to be gay and or lesbian because the sex life might be actually better. So in the end, everyone knows that life needs love to survive, and obviously sex plays a major role in all this. And if people aren't granted who they really should be granted, then obviously people are going to have to find other means. And other means obviously means, for example, a dildo or something that is out of the ordinary but turns a person on more. I am not referring to some things that are illegal. I'm referring to some things that are legal. For example, gay lesbian marriages, and or someone that just recently passed teenage years, because the adult age is, I believe now the adult age is considered 21 and the teenage year is considered 18, if I'm correct. Because I remember before it was 16 and 18. So now it might actually be 18 and 21. So I'm not sure about the age limit, but it is 21 to buy a pack of cigarettes, and it used to be 18.